What's going on, everybody? I'm Shane from Heads and Tails. Below me, we have Ken from LMK Reptiles, and to my side over here, we have Todd from TNT Balls. Welcome to the show, Todd. Glad you could be here.
Guys? Thanks for having me.
What's up, Todd?
Awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Sorry I'm in the dark, guys. I'm down here in Mama.
You're absolutely fine. So today is our nearest to Christmas show, so we're going to call this one the Christmas edition. Let's go ahead and start off the questions with just some basic ones, and then we'll get into the Christmas stuff. When did you start collecting ball pythons?
Well, ball pythons, actually, I had to say probably around 2014, 2015, probably.
Nice.
2014, 2015. Awesome. And how many did you start with? Was it just one, or did you start with a collection already?
I started out with just a normal from the, pet store, man. Paid almost $200 for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's all that was out back in 2014. Really, was like normals and what, maybe pastel and
a few little
and albino.
Things, you had your pieds and maybe a couple bumblebees here and there, stuff like that.
So there's very limited selection.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Nothing like nowadays.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong.
That actually comes up to my next question of what is your favorite combo that you have now in comparison to your favorite from when you started?
Well, my favorite gene period has never changed from day one to now. Since I've seen this gene, it's never changed. But I would have to say, as far as a combo with that morph in it, just some black pastel, orange dream, hypo, stuff like that. I love hypo, man. Anything hypo goes.
Okay,
see,
so
I want to look at hypo like a codom. I just want to put it in everything.
See, I'm with you. Yeah. Hypo makes
all right. So whenever I had first got into ball pythons, obviously, it was
like it.
Clown and pied was like the two things that everybody was talking about. And everybody kept saying stuff about hypo, but whenever I looked at it, I was like, nah, it just looks like it's in shed. Until I actually got a hypo, I thought it just looked like it was in shed. That hypo is really cool looking when you actually see the snake.
Yeah, I got a blue female. Like, she stays blue but when she goes in the shed, like, man, it's crazy. It is phenomenal. And I can't really catch it because I can't get the correct lighting on her, man. But this girl is crazy. Like, anybody that's seen her in person, man, will be like, wow. You know what I mean? And that's
the head hypo that I have, female. She is 50% het ghost, but I pretty much think she is, because when she goes into shed, like, she already looks like she's in shed, kind of. Right. I don't know. She just has a blue tint to her.
Correct.
She's cool.
Ken, I'm telling you though, when I got that yellow belly hypo male, as soon as I seen him, I was like, oh man, I didn't realize that like there is so many colors on hypo that don't show up on camera.
Right.
It's like it gives it depth too. Like from seeing them, it shows, because I've seen some hypos and I've looked at them and, actually held them in my hand, and their patterns look like it puts a depth to their pattern too. It's more than just
it's like a 3-dimension look, man. I think it gives
it. I agree. Shane's upside down for a second.
And
He's standing on your head.
That girl started my whole foundation, and then I got into she's an actual ghost, but it's still hypo.
Yeah, well, they all tie in.
Right. Like, I got orange ghost, I got hypo, I got desert ghost. I just ghost. I love ghost. I love what it does.
Now, desert ghost to me just does a little bit different than hypo. Whoa, he fell down.
I think it cleans it and does what you know what I mean? It's like, I hate to say it like this, maybe, but it's like hypo on steroids. You know what I mean? With a clean version, you know what I mean? It cleans it up.
I kind of get it. But to me, like I said, the hypo gives it more of a 3-dimensional of the pattern, and the desert ghost just makes it clean.
Right. It gives
You
it
know,
that
it
clean
just
look.
makes the colors pop.
Right.
And you put those two together, and it's just like on anything. You know, if you would put the cleanest of Desert Ghost and a hypo on any snake, it'll make it look better.
Right.
In my opinion, I mean, there could be someone out there that thinks I'm stupid for thinking that, but
Orange
cool.
Ghost female. All right. What's up, Stan?
I need a male hypo het clown. That's what I'm going to be looking for.
See, man,
I just started plugging in some clown stuff this season.
I think it's kind of weird that like DG without anything in it doesn't look very good. In my
I'll tell you
mind.
what I think is the best looking is either a pastel DG or a lemon blast DG. I mean,
look good.
I think honestly, you can't get no better than that. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can, but
Yeah.
dude, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, pastel Desert Ghost is just a breathtaking snake. You for just being simple. It's one codom, one recessive, and you're holding a snake that just makes you go, wow.
Breathtaking. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Breathtaking animal.
I have been working on converting Ken over to getting more pastels because pastel does have kind of a bad name and stuff, but in some combos, it just looks so good.
It has its place.
Okay.
I'm just keeping
I
it
know
out
a
of
lot
clown.
of people when they because everybody's like, oh man, it's just pastel, it's just pastel. But you get a good line of pastel.
Yes, and it all depends on the line.
Okay, you get you a good line of pastel and you work at certain projects, that pastel can help.
Yeah, I just don't like it in clown. I don't like what it does to clown. I don't like pastel clowns. You can't change my mind on it. Like even some of the cool ones, like Hurricane Pastel.
I understand. I totally understand.
If it Desert Ghost or VPI or any of the Xanthics, pastels is where it's at. You need it there.
Like, I feel you because like clown, I'm not a big clown person.
No.
I'd rather work codoms than a clown project. But that's just me.
To suit your own, you know?
But this is the thing. You can't be a breeder and expect to make money in this game without working clown.
Yeah.
Shane just said that exact same words the other day. Didn't you?
So, I mean, but this is the thing. I have my fun with my codoms. It's time to start working clown. I got the stuff to work clown. I've had it. I took my time.
Yeah. So, like me personally, I think clowns are awesome, honestly, and there's so much you can do with them. I think that kind of actually takes us back to another conversation Ken and I were having, talking about getting the right codoms, recessives together. That's one thing, but a whole nother thing is to actually design in your mind the pattern, the color, all of that stuff, you know, because I mean,
got to see it here before you can do it.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, anybody can list off a bunch of stuff. They can say, you know, here's one. They can be like pied G-stripe clown. That's not going to look that great.
It's not for three. That's just like a VPI snow clown. It's a white snake almost.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that there's going to be something someday. Someone's going to put something to it that's going to make that snake pop.
Ken's working on it.
Well, I'm working on VPI snows. I want to see if I could bring out the color in that. Now we'll go to clown. Maybe I have to take it to hypo first before, you know, any colors allowed. You know, maybe it's something like that. Who knows? I mean, someday I'm going to produce something crazy with it. I feel it. You know.
Yeah.
More power to you, man. Hell yeah.
So
it's what I wanted to do.
What?
I said, excuse
what
the
I
language,
wanted to do.
Yeah, I feel him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, I feel it in
so
my
one of
bones.
the things I was thinking about, one of those things was if you take, say you put like, you know, how Xanthic, clown, and then some type of either desert ghost, maybe pastel desert ghost, you know, that's going to be a beautiful snake. But it's because all of those recessives and codoms are working together instead of working against each other.
Right.
You know, so I mean, it's kind of a tightrope that we're all walking. What is one of the best snakes that you plan on producing in the next 3 to 5 years?
Man, I got like right now I'm really working into a lot of the first years I focused on my codons, so I wanted together.
Right.
Now it's time to start getting my codons into my recessives and start. So it's about to start getting crazy. You know what I mean?
Nice. That's what we like to hear. Great.
Like I just like, dude, I love my codons, man. I'd rather, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I would rather put a 4 or 5 gene male to a 4 or 5 gene female than breed a recessive project.
Absolutely.
But
I mean, could you imagine making an 8-gene hatchling? Like,
dude, I've been
crazy.
some 4 and 5 gene ones, and I'm like, geez, man, like I don't know how these guys do this. Like, you know what I mean? It's really been a struggle to ID 4 and 5 genes. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you get 7, 8, 9 genes on top of each other. Like, dude, how do you find these?
That's why I started
Breed
off
it, breed
recessive
like
heavy
this.
and not that many codoms because
Right,
I want to be able to tell what I'm making.
but to see, that's the thing. Like, I love that part of the game. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I'll get
that
there
brings
year
us.
3, 4.
Yeah, that brings us to the next part. What is your favorite part about breeding ball pythons or keeping ball pythons?
Honestly, man, it's the reason why I got into doing what I was doing is ball pythons is medication for me.
Wow.
Okay,
That's breathtaking there. That statement there is
ball
that's breathtaking.
pythons do something that nothing else has ever been able to do. Okay, I have a 12-year-old son that has some issues. Okay, he takes medication also, and the medications sometimes don't work. He can go outside and get his albino female, and within a matter of moments, he's back. He's back to even kill. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a way of life.
It's almost therapy in a way.
Right. It's like I want to say like an emotional support animal.
You
That's
know,
cool.
I can
That
absolutely
needs to
see
be
that.
put out there more. Like your story and that whole thing needs to be put out there more because you as well as I know, we're so misunderstood because we hold snakes. You know, we have snakes. We're
Right.
crazy. You know, and for someone to actually have experiences of this being a therapeutic animal, that's just awesome.
Absolutely.
Like, man, it don't matter the mood I'm in or the feelings I'm feeling. Like, I can go out there or go into the living room, grab a snake, and I feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I can absolutely kind of I relate to that. I don't want to say like, oh yeah, I completely get where you're coming from because we all have our own stories.
Right.
But as far as like definitely giving me something to go for on the daily, and then like even just not working with them, like just sometimes you just get to look at them, chill with them, and you're just like, man, you're so awesome. And
Right.
so this comes to my next question. Do you snakes that you buy versus snakes that you make, do you tend to like have more of an emotional connection to the snakes you make more than the snakes you bought?
All snakes in my house are equal.
All snakes are created equal.
Like, no. When I say that, I mean that. It doesn't matter if I make it or I buy it. It still gets the same care. You know what I mean? I try to
That's
get
good.
all names.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, but I won't purchase an animal unless it fits into the breeding program, honestly.
That's
Right.
where I'm at.
Because, like, man, I'm at probably 80 now. I'd say I'm at 80 snakes, give or so. So, like,
80, yeah.
and I'm downsizing 80.
So Ken and I like the route of getting a bunch of codoms and then putting them into the recessives, where Ken is on the opposite side of that spectrum.
I mean, it because he can get his visuals, then work his codoms in. I see. It's got its both routes has its goods and its bads. You know what I mean? Like myself, I win. I've worked hypo since day one. I've always worked hypo. Okay, but I've always worked. I focused on my codoms. I wanted together. You know what I mean? I've stacked. Like, man, the females that's getting ready to come up, man, are just straight powerhouse codom girls. You know what I mean?
Right, you built them.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the males that I got back, you know what I mean? They're visual, double visual. You know what I mean? So then I got visual females and stuff like that to boost this on a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once these start popping off, it's like I already know my codoms that's in them. So I already, you know what I mean? It's like there's no guessing with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was one of my reasons. Because when I first started buying my codoms, man, like I'm just throwing stuff out here right now, like a champagne pastel, and come find out it'd be super pastel, or you know what I mean? And I didn't want that. You know what I mean? If I'm breeding,
that's what I got in a couple snakes.
You know what I'm saying? Like my orange dream, I bought an orange dream female. She come out to be pastel OD. Then I ended up getting an inchy pastel. I mean, a leopard inchy. He ended up being pastel too. So, you know, it was like, and that was the reason why I wanted to do it this way. That way, when I get in it and with them recesses and I start hitting them visuals, okay, like, what happened? You know what I mean? I don't want that. Like, where'd this other gene come from? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It happened in my codoms off the rip, so I know what I got off the, you know what I'm saying? So when I start breeding in my recessive, I know what I got because I bred it. Nothing against nobody, because I got a lot of people I buy snakes from. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great breeders out here, man, that are very trustworthy when it comes to their heads. You know?
Right on.
Absolutely.
But you got to think, man. I started this game a lot of years ago, and back then, people really wasn't. It wasn't as easy to get some back then as it is now.
Right. Nowadays, it's actually, that's one of the huge advantages and disadvantages of today's market, is that everything is so readily available that if you're not producing something that's, you know, something relatively new in the combo game, you're not even up top. You know, you're not even in the middle bracket anymore. You're at the bottom then. So it's like, I think that, yeah, that's a big thing is that when you started 8 years ago to now, what do you think about that as far as the market and how many
honestly,
have come out?
Back then you could get a hypo ghost. I'm talking female for like $50. You could get proven breeder hypos back in for like $150.
Wow.
They wasn't no market in them. Nobody was, you know what I mean? And
no, it's a good thing.
Exactly. But I don't, like, off the top of my head, I don't know what hypo's going for, ghost going for right now. But I'm sure it's probably a little bit more than that right now. And like, man, back then I paid like $400 for a visual pod male back then. You know, to where I think you could probably get a pie nowadays, a pie male, a couple $100.
150.
You know what? My second, the second snake I bought, well, he's actually the first one I had with intent of breeding, was T'Challa. He is piebald 100% het for Xanthic BPI.
Right.
I paid $450 for him.
Get some battery going.
You know?
I paid $250 for my just single gene pod, and that was 6 months ago.
Okay, like I said,
and if you go to look at the market nowadays, you can absolutely get the same snake I bought for $450 for like $250 right now. Yeah. But if you go, you know, a few years back, like Todd was saying on the hypo, how hypo wasn't anything for money. And nowadays, there's some really amazing hypo combos.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, and that's like I tell somebody that's just coming in, man, find something that you love.
Yep.
And, you know what I mean? Do it. That way, if something happens, market crashes, or there's a rough patch, you know what I mean? At least you're breeding something you love.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that does make a huge difference too, because if the ball python market goes under, I still got a gang of awesome animals, you know, like I'm still enjoying it. Now I do want to ask you, what is one of your most hated things about keeping or breeding ball pythons, or even selling? Like, what grinds your gears?
What irks you?
Honestly, man, like when people don't ask questions, man.
When they
They
don't?
Yeah.
Honestly. Because anybody knows me, man, they know I'm willing to give my knowledge away.
Yeah.
My experience. You know what I mean? So I'm not always correct. You know what I mean? I know that. But like, man, I've been in this game a minute. I've seen a lot. So I'm here, man. You know what I'm saying? So ask what. You know what I mean? Just don't let your pride get in the way. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to ask. Don't let your animals cause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's, you know what I mean? You're hurting your animal.
You're hurting your animals.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. I gotta go run and grab some car keys.
All right.
I was thinking about like creating a fake name and like trying to buy one of Todd's snakes and just not say anything to him.
See, that's just wrong.
I was just gonna mess with them. And then I'd be like, yo, it's me. I'm just playing. You know?
I just wanted to get under your skin a little.
Right.
I wanted to grind your gear.
Right, grind your gears. No, yeah, that's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Because I love asking questions, and sometimes I'm like, I try to contain my question asking because it does annoy people after like 32 questions, you know?
Right. Like, I'll tell you, like you have expectations for a show, and so far this exceeded my expectations.
I have an entire box of snacks.
I've got, you know, more out of this than I thought I was going to get to out of this show. So this has been good for me already. I could sit back and kick my feet up and relax.
Oh yeah.
What up?
Hey, you had a gang of questions too, right?
I have questions. I always have questions.
Hey,
well,
I got some questions. Do you think that overfeeding or feeding too big is a thing that happens often in the hobby?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I looked at a feed chart the other day, and by it, I'm overfeed. By feeding once a week, like, you know, just a small rat to a 1,500 or 15-gram snake, they're saying I'm overfeeding it. They're saying anything over 1,000 is only supposed to be fed once every 10 days, and then once over 1,500 twice a month. I don't know. Just type in feeding chart of our ball pythons, and it's the first one that comes up.
The thing is I do think that most of us are overfeeding. Now, I do kind of chalk some of that up to, hey, we are breeders. We are trying to get these things big, and you know, like, we're not trying to power feed per se, but you know, like I feed every week. I know you do. And it doesn't matter if it's a small one or a big snake, you know, I'm feeding them all each week. I'm trying to do the same. Not always do they take it. Sometimes I keep the snake.
The bigger ones,
that's cool. And that's cool. Nothing against,
the bigger ones don't eat more than the little ones.
I think that's probably, he'll come back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he probably lost connection.
But yeah, feeding every 2 weeks is pretty good. But as far as I go, I'm usually every week. However, I'm feeding weaned ASFs to like almost everything. You know, some are a little bigger, some are a little smaller, or whatever. But I don't know, man. I know that there's ways to get my females bigger, and it's probably, I don't know. I wonder if it is better or worse for them to get a small meal more often than a big meal. Yeah, hatchling I feed every 5 days. And see that I plan on doing, except for I don't have any hatchlings yet. But yeah, we are gonna be doing every 5 days.
I just think like that my snakes, I don't know what was going on with the last 2 weeks. They really like went after them. Like usually, you know, I set them down in there, takes them about 10 seconds before you hear it. No, they were just crushing them. And I'm like,
wow.
You know, I opened the drawer, you know, and they're ready. They're usually just like, you know,
oh yeah.
they're not that aggressive.
I was reading Stan's comment. That to me is shocking, to feed twice a week, even with his adults. I mean, because there is a real thing about, you know, like adults slowing down on their metabolism.
That's a lot of unhealthy weight, I'd say. I mean,
yeah. Hey Stan, did the snakes look overweight? Like, did they look fatty and like sluggish? Because that's one thing I really wanted to talk on the difference of if it's your pet or if it's a breeder. For example, us like trying to breed these, we do want them to grow pretty quickly. Now, once they're up to size, we're not as worried about it. But it's like trying to get them there. You're like, yeah, you know, I'll feed a little more. The only thing is, wow, 1,000 grams for 9 months old. That's
pretty big.
That is insane.
Yeah, mine didn't reach really 1,000 grams to about like 18 months.
That's crazy. They looked really nice. Wow. Maybe we're
everybody has their different things, you know. I guess what works for you is what's best in this situation. I mean, as long as your snakes are healthy, who could say it's wrong?
Switch over to rat pups. So I'm not going to be doing mice because I'm breeding ASFs. So I'm hoping that, like, you know, the pinky ASFs will be good for, you know, because they're really small. I don't know.
That's what I'm using. I'm going to get another couple.
I mean, if I have to, I guess I'm going to go have to buy some mice, you know, whenever I actually do create some. But
I could get mice if I need them.
Breeding garden.
He's a big boy.
Word. Sounds good. Yeah, because what if we're all like underfeeding ours? I mean,
I don't think once a week is underfeeding at all. I mean, think about it. Once a week, they eat, they poop in that week, give them more food. They eat it, they poop it, give them more food.
Oh, you don't breed ASFs. So you have mice and Norwegians then, Blakers? Did you want to
wonder if Todd's phone died.
Hey Ken.
What?
Christmas question. What is the favorite gift you've ever received?
A shotgun when I was a kid. It was my first gun.
Oh man.
I thought I was pretty cool.
What kind of shotgun?
It was a 12 gauge pump. Remington pump. It was nice.
That's cool.
I thought I was cool with it.
Yeah. Mine was for my 15th Christmas, you know, because my birthday's in the spring.
No.
My dad and my brother got me a truck, and it was like a new truck, but it had like a blown engine and it needed a paint job. So I had basically 5 months to get the truck in order. So that way, when I turned 16, I could take it. And I took my driver's test in it, everything. Like I loved that truck.
Cool.
That was awesome. It was a 99 S10, but it was like back in like 03. So it was pretty new, you know? That was cool. Tamara's was a drum set. And that, I guarantee you, is the truth. Because she drums every Sunday at church. She's a
That's
drummer
cool.
at church. But yeah, she loves drumming. Did it come from Gatlings?
That's what I don't know. I said no because it didn't, but I don't know.
Yeah, hey, Morbid. I'm on the same as your wife because I was like, I don't know what that. All right, so I remember like back in the day there was a store called Gat Guns, but I don't know if that's Gatlings or whatever.
As long as no one's trying to make me say Mike Hunt, we're all right.
Yeah.
Notice how there was a pause there.
Gatlings with the sporting goods store along.
I thought it was a sporting goods store.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Now that you say 119 Connorsville, dude, I remember the whole thing now. No, it didn't come from Gatlings. Like, I remember it now. That was probably about 25 minutes from where I lived at Connorsville.
Well, dang, Ken, I ain't got too many questions to ask you. I talk to you all the time.
I'll ask away. Ask me any kinds of questions you want. Like, we'll get into it.
What pairing are you most excited for out of the snakes that you have currently in your collection?
The one that I just the ivory and the gravel is cool. Because hitting a highway het or a highway clown that's het for ultramel, that would just do a lot for our collection. Or even a yellow belly, you know what I mean? That's het for ultramel. Yellow belly clown.
Morbid. You always want to see the dang boa. I ain't bringing it out here.
But the gravel and the spot nose het clowns that I just put together, I'm thinking a gravel spot nose clown will look much like a yellow belly spot nose clown, and we all know how much Shane likes them. So I think I'm gonna make a snake that Shane's really gonna be like, dude, that's cool. And if it proves out to be het for ultramel, that's gonna be cool.
I mean, spot nose yellow belly clown. Yeah, dude. I think that with those three together, you can make some really amazing snakes out of those three genes and basically anything else you add on it. You know.
Well, what if it proves out ultramel and then I hit a yellow or a gravel spot nose ultramel clown the next year? What's that gonna look like?
Well, I don't know, but if it's ugly, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh too because I'm banking on it looking cool. I'm gonna be I'm
actually,
banking on
hey,
it.
You know what? That's not the worst idea. Give me a second. Let's see if we can get the boa to eat. Give me a second. Entertain our guest, Ken.
Go ahead, I got it. So out in the chat, what was your guys' favorite Christmas presents as a kid or adult? I mean, the shotgun was mine because I didn't think there was no way in hell my parents was going to trust me with a shotgun. Dumbasses did. I didn't get in no trouble with it, though. I never killed no one. Them animals around my house, they was in the woods. They were done for.
At least that's what Ken claims.
Oh no, there was this apartment complex that the cat lady of the town lived in it, and she had 50 cats. Well, it burnt down. They took her out of there. Where do you think the 102, 300 cats stayed? They stayed in that little patch of houses I lived in. It was called Smock. a little town near Uniontown, Pennsylvania, in between Pittsburgh and West Virginia or Morgantown. But anyways,
West Virginia.
all them cats were there, and like the old people of the town was getting mad because they was getting their garbage. So yeah, we killed a bunch of cats. I mean, just because they was straying, they was suffering. I mean, they had like fleas matting their eyes shut. Like, yeah, we killed a bunch of the suffering ones.
Breaking
They
news,
did come in.
you guys heard it here first. Ken's a cat murderer.
Well, they came in and took like the healthy ones, but they left the sick ones there, and there were still like 200-300 cats there. I mean, there was everywhere.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back, bud. My phone died on me.
That's cool, Breakers.
I got 1%. It was enough to turn this on. I hope it don't die on me again.
Oh,
you got 1% charging? I got you.
I'm in the car.
That's what I just said when he didn't hop back. When you didn't hop right back on, I was like, his phone probably died.
Yeah, I got it up to a couple percent to get it, 2% to get it turned on. So I got it charging. So I hope it keeps charging.
Right. Well, Todd, I was saying when you was off that the answers you gave so far has far exceeded my expectations for his show. You're awesome, dude. Like that
I just try to be honest, man.
That was awesome. I appreciate that.
Ken, that kind of sounded like it was like you didn't expect it to be a good show, man.
No, it went deeper and more heartfelt than I thought it was going to be. You know, I mean,
that's one thing I do, man. Like when I do an interview or something with somebody, man, I keep it all the way honest. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, and I appreciate that. I respect that 100%. That's exactly how I am. I try to keep it real.
Yep.
And like, man, like when it comes to my snakes, man, I can never ever see myself not having snakes.
That was one of my questions. Do you see yourself doing this the rest of your life?
I might not breed the rest of my life, but I'll always have a reptile, snake, some sort. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, it's basically it's like an emotional support animal for me.
As long as I could do it and move around and you know, clean up after them and take the care that they need, I'm doing it.
Right. Well, see, man, I'm unfortunate because like my 2-year-old baby girl, she's fascinated by him. My son, he's, like I said, when it comes to his animal, man, he's really involved with it. So, like I said, man, I'm very unfortunate when it comes to that.
Yeah, like I was listening to one thing I was on your lives the other day, and you know, I didn't realize how family oriented you was to this, and I was like, "That's nice. That's awesome." That's what this started out for me, but then I guess I took it to a bigger level than anyone wanted.
Yeah, Ken.
You made the snakes a whole family themselves. Huh?
Yeah, well, they wanted 1 or 2. I mean, my ideal was like, you know, 30, 40. I got 18 and I'm still going.
Yeah, that's not true, Ken.
Well, I mean, it was 5, then it was 10, then it was, you know, what I mean, it never was going to stop in my mind. I mean,
Ken kept telling me, "Oh, I'm only getting 5. Oh, I'm only getting 10."
As I looked into this, I wanted to do more and more. I couldn't just do what I was doing. I wanted to do more.
You know, that's kind of how, like, when I first got my first one, like, I kind of went with the pet store, kind of, like, because my cousin Chucky, man, he's always had, like, a big iguana, like, my whole life. Like, man, his iguana, he had one that would do it, go to a litter box. Like, it was fascinating, man.
Awesome.
Then he got a boa constrictor one time. And after that, that's where my true passion loves is boas. But my wife, she met me in the middle at the ball pythons because she was scared of snakes, to be honest.
Right.
But we got her over that fear. And now, like I said, she has her own collection of snakes.
Right.
And with my wife, man, it's like I'm real big on family, man. Like my family's everything to me.
Yep, me too, bud.
I mean? So, like, getting the wife and the kids involved, it just makes it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's an experience you just could share together. I mean, yeah. Heck yeah.
And hopefully the kids take over for me eventually.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
what I
looking
told my
for.
kids. I'm leaving them 100 snakes each.
Right. Hey, that's a good start.
What are we
Woo!
supposed to do with the 100 snakes? Well, I'll have it all planned out of how you breed them and what you got to do.
You put 1 with 2 and 3 with 4.
They'll all be numbered. They'll be all self-exclamatory.
Right. I'll even tell you when to start.
I'll color code it for you.
Right.
You put the blue female with the blue male. You put the red female with the red male. It's simple.
Right. That's like, I don't know, man. It's
Well, guys, I ended up leaving the ASF in the enclosure.
sometimes you need to do it.
It looked like he was
I've
somewhat
been trying
interested
to
in it.
feed. Man, it's because I was hitting him in the face with it. He wasn't wanting to eat. He wanted to bite my face.
Well, like I seen him looking at it, kind of. I mean, I couldn't see too good. I mean, it looked like he was somewhat interested, but
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
boy.
Actually, he was licking a little bit. So we'll see. I'm kind of trying to leave him alone.
Right.
right.
Trying to feed that emerald tree boa. He hasn't eaten since I've gotten him. I'm a little
How long you
concerned,
had it?
actually.
How long
And
do you
that's
have
one
it, Shane?
snake that, like, my son's fascinated with the emerald tree boas. But I
No,
know
yeah,
who's going to be
super
taking the bite.
fascinating. And I tried to do my best with building that enclosure to give him something to make him comfortable.
Hey, it's a nice looking little enclosure for real.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, he did a good job on that.
Thanks, dude. But it's just I don't know.
Maybe
It's not really.
tight on it.
I might need to try to get like some chickens or something. Get some type of bird.
Right
Back to
here.
my keys. Thank God. Paisley's
For
telling
what?
me your mom kept saying there was something black hanging on them.
Give me 1 second.
What do you need birds for?
Paisley told me she flushed it down the toilet.
Oh,
It's an emerald tree boa. It's a tree boa, bro.
Oh, to
Give you some
feed it.
baby
All
chick.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that one went way over my head. Go to Tractor Supply. You could get like chickens there with broken wings for like $0.25. Like they're chicken hatchlings. I mean, you could buy them for like $2 or $3, but you can get the cheap ones that like just have a broken wing.
Bro, you know why I'm reluctant to do so?
No.
You don't want him
Because, man,
stuck on them.
I go and get a dang chicken. He don't eat the chicken. Now I
No,
got
he
a
got a
pet
pet
Now you got a chicken.
Now he got him a new pet chickie. Hey guys, meet my pet chicken. His name's Chicken.
Right. Next thing you know,
If I
I'm
get a
over here
chicken-
holding them.
If I get a chicken, I got to name it Chicken. It's not
We
getting no
come
other name
back
besides
next
Chicken.
Tuesday, he'd have a pet chicken on his shoulder.
For
This
real.
is my pet chicken.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to have to take that step unless I have to take that step.
Right.
So I'm just like, come on, eat a dang ASF, man. Eat
Right.
an ASF.
And
You
then,
might have to
like,
go start like breeding grouse or something.
Yeah, but what if it never eats it, Will? That's the problem, is what if he don't like chickens neither? And then,
Right, Will.
so
Had a
I
good
talked to the
point.
guy I got him from a little bit more and was like, hey, man, you know, like, do you know anything more about this? Because he only had it for a week. It obviously didn't eat for him. And now I've had it almost 2 weeks, been trying to feed it like every couple of days. And it's
that might
it
be what
hasn't
that
taken
might be
anything.
the issue there. Ed. You might want to just hold off for like a good solid week and not mess with him.
Yeah.
Then offer him.
Yeah.
You might be offering him too much and scaring him, stressing it out.
Could you imagine having to assist feed that thing?
Well,
Them
we gotta
teeth
get
are like
out.
that big.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, so I did choose to feed a smaller ASF this time, and I'm going to try to leave it in there
Mhm.
because he's not a ball python. He ain't going to let that rat chew him up.
Right.
You know, like if anything, like whenever I first got him, he was striking at the glass. Like the guy that I got him from, he was just striking at him. And then like I was like holding him and like, you know, he didn't strike at me or nothing, but that he wanted a piece of that other guy.
Well, yeah, because he wasn't taking care of him.
I mean,
I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I don't know if he was or he wasn't.
It takes time to learn, you know, and it's like, because whenever I looked at their ball python enclosure, it was like way more than most ball pythons will ever have.
Right.
You know, it's just a matter of learning each individual species of snake. They didn't know that snake had to have a branch to perch on, you know, like up in the air.
Then who sold him that? See, that's on the seller of that snake.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, so it wasn't even the seller. I guess his friend was at a show, called him like, hey, you see this awesome snake? You want me to get it for you? He's like, yeah, all right, cool. And then got it and was like, dude, this thing does not want to be around me at all, you know? And it's like, well, yeah, it's not. You wanted a badass snake. Guess what? It's a badass snake, you know? Like,
in both ways.
right.
So this guy only ever had a ball python, and then some just random friend calls him and says, hey, I'm going to buy you this snake. You want it?
Ken, don't even go there, because you know as well as I do that reptiles are addictive. And he has one ball python, and he's got a couple geckos and a beardy and stuff like that. You know, reptiles are addictive.
It only takes one to start an addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I was like, oh, you got in serious right away, huh?
Yeah, like he jumped head first.
I was like, all right, hold up.
No,
I'll switch you up. You can take this one, you know.
Hey, at least he didn't get no 20-foot retickers off him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I know, because I'm not taking that.
I ain't taking that. No.
But
he said, hell no, I ain't taking that.
Right. I mean, maybe soon. Maybe if I get like a facility and everything. But honestly, that's a really big enclosure to build. And
that's
like,
a whole wall.
Like, we got to get really big dogs around it, because if we have small dogs,
yeah, it's done. You need pits and German shepherds.
We need like mountain dogs.
Yeah,
like,
I was like, even
wolfhound.
big dogs. I don't know that even big dogs can really do anything against.
No,
like,
but I just don't think it could eat it. Well, yeah, it's taking the deer down. They're eating deer, so yeah,
Dude,
it could probably eat a dog.
Crocodile, alligator.
I was like, hey, forget a deer. Yeah. They're killing crocs, bro. Yeah. And I know a croc can kill a dog.
What about one of them like Irish wolfhounds that are like 250 pounds and they stand like 6 foot tall? You could ride them things.
In the morning, next thing, there's 6 reticulated pythons being shot. Yep.
Hey guys, man, I hate to end it on you, man, tonight, but I got to get in here and get Mama finished up. Get this baby girl.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming in. Hey, one last question. What kind of dinosaur would be your pet if you could have a pet dinosaur?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd probably want a Tyrannosaurus Rex, man, the dude with the little bitty arms.
T-Rex.
T-Rex, huh?
T-Rex.
That way I can walk him around. You know what I mean? Just get him on a leash walking.
Todd, you will die with a T-Rex.
I'm not disputing that. I got a real big leash.
I picked a raptor. That motherfucker's going to come up behind me.
I kind of feel like Todd would have a better...
one that flew, you know, the pterodactyl, because then he's going to fly me away like a big kite. You know what I mean? Like, I put a little thought into this.
I actually feel like you have a better chance of surviving by owning a T-Rex than Ken does with a raptor. You know, the T-Rex, you just jump on its back in like the blind spot and just ride it out like a bull.
I stand underneath of it.
You know what I mean? I thought about that.
Get underneath of it.
I don't know, man. Maybe you can.
No, don't go underneath it, dude. Don't go underneath it.
Nah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it hit me with a little arm and it'd be done.
Right, those little claws will do damage, bro.
Exactly. I'm staying on the backside, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. You gotta like
Staying away
climb
from
a
the
tree and just
damn
like jump out.
Right.
Jump down on it.
Be like riding it like Boba Fett riding a Rancor.
Right.
That's a good one. I like that question. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Merry Christmas, guys, man.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, Todd. Have a good one, bro.
All right, man. I'll see y'all Friday, man. Come
Yep,
over
Yeah,
see
and
you
sounds
Friday.
good.
shout at the snake, gentlemen.
Heck
Y'all
yeah.
share the love, man.
Hell yeah.
Next in peace.
Later, bro.
Thanks for
Later.
having me, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming.
That was awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right, Ken. So,
What up?
did you get anybody anything for Christmas that you really wanted to get them? Or are you like, no, if you don't want a snake, you get nothing?
No, I did. I mean, I got Kira an iWatch. I mean, the new one, an 8. And the girls they wanted money, so they got money. I mean, Kira's
Yeah.
13 and Mercedes and Lexus are 18 and 20. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of just
Tamara,
like
the kids watching.
it's kind of just like a somber moment here because like there's the first Christmas like that no kids are really here. Kira's going to Florida. The girl,
Yeah.
the oldest two are off on her own, and it's just like, man.
So, Ken, I've been thinking about sending you a thing of Reptichip, but more than anything, I can actually show you guys what I got Ken, if I can find it. Ah.
Yes, that's awesome. I can't wait to get it in because I'm going to be shooting around the house even if I don't have flies.
Mine's got a laser pointer on it, so, you know.
I'll go buy a laser pointer.
It's worth it just for sheer looks.
You're going to see videos posted on. Like, I'm going to camera posting on it.
All right, so I put my phone on like the back of it, and I was like shooting them. That video didn't get any views. Nobody cared that I was killing flies.
I think that's awesome.
They care that the mice get eaten, but they don't care that I was just shooting flies out of cold blood.
All right, so I wanted to bring this up, and I kind of wanted to stand up for you. On one of your videos, there was people riding you about picking ASFs up by their tails. And what them people were saying is totally wrong. Like, they're talking about if you pick up like a full-size Norwegian breeder by the tail and hold it, you could possibly injure it. Like, yeah, that thing almost weighs a pound.
Well,
but them little ASFs, them people do not know what they're talking about. They need to go home. Just saying.
See, that Morbid, you got it figured out. That's the way. But Tamara already knows that would be my trick, so I am banned from buying snakes for anybody. Because I'll be like, oh, you guys don't want it? Okay, well, you know, I'll put it in the door. If I could have
did that, that would have been too easy. But yeah, that wouldn't work.
Hey,
you got the light there.
Yeah, Stan. Hoodies, shirts. I got hoodies, shirts. I actually got even a Santa hat on there. There's all types of stuff. There's pajamas.
I made my own. Could you tell?
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's shit, but that's what you get when you smoke a little too much of this before you try to make it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you know what? There was something I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about doing a giveaway, but I don't know, man. I got to figure out how to like really like kind of take it from a mass market to people that have been down with us, you know, for so long. I mean, we got a bunch of people that I see in here always doing all of the same giveaways that we're trying to enter in, and none of us ever win. So I'm like, I got to figure out how to get
I can't say that. I won Celtic Balls. I won Celtic's Balls thing, or second place, anyways.
You did win. That's cool. Yeah.
And I took second place in the races one time at FNA. So I can't say that I haven't won.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, video games are cool. Like, if your kids are into it, and I'm not going to sit here and knock it, but like, I don't know. I like to get my kids up and moving.
Yeah, but see that is a good thing because Ken's always in Celtic Balls too. Yeah, so I mean that is a good thing that he
Yeah,
won because it's somebody that does show up and we do talk
I
in
do
the crowd
support
and stuff.
them
So.
and talk to them and stuff. But I mean, I just don't.
Yeah,
I just dislike when you're sitting there and all of us are in there. You know, Will, Tammy, Stan, you know, Morbid. We're all in the room, and 20 other of us are in the room that's been there supporting, and then some Sharab Mikiko wins or something like
exactly,
that. Like, that has nothing to
exactly.
do with the community. Like,
Yeah,
we're
I mean that's exactly what Will's saying. And even on my giveaway, whenever I did it, uh, ours was to that one guy, but honestly, he got the snake, and I was like, cool, can you send me a picture of like you and the snake or something, Never got a picture back. Dude just disappeared, and I was like, dang, man, like, out of it could have been you to win. At that time, I didn't even know you. You
yeah.
met me through that giveaway. So it's like, obviously I would have wanted you to win, or Eustacia, Bronx, like they're all still around, like I didn't know Will or Stan or any. Well, I might have known Stan back then, but yeah, obviously all of you guys that are always coming in and stuff, you guys deserve a spot as well. But it was just like it was somebody that I didn't even know and like still don't know. He just kind of disappeared. I don't know how that snake's doing. Heck, for all I know, he could have just flipped it and sold it to someone else.
I think you and I should talk and come up with our top 10 like guests and put them in for an end of the year drawing or something.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want in on any of your drawings. Like, you know what I mean? And when I give away Snake, I'm sorry, I'm not putting you in.
Yeah,
You know
dude,
what
come
I
on,
mean?
not me or you anymore.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I do want like our regulars to definitely have an opportunity to win. And if somebody that's some random person that won, I'd be like, man, that sucks,
and that
So
when
I
I
think what we're gonna do is make it like, I'm sorry guys, but it's gonna be kind of difficult to get into the drawing or something, so that way we can kind of try to weed out people that aren't really,
yeah.
Dang
I
it,
mean, when
Lakers,
I
but what
start
if you don't
having
eat the mouse? Then I got a pet mouse.
when I start having hatchlings,
You're right,
because
though.
you know,
Maybe.
I'm going to be giving a lot away. Because if I can't sell it, it's moving. It's got to go. It's going to be these people here, like that are in the chat.
Hey, Will, like, all right, so we know I got 3 clutches coming up. I'm most likely going to give away at least one snake out of each of those clutches.
Yeah.
Who
At
it's going
least.
to be to, I don't know. But honestly, if it ends up being Will to get the one out of my puzzle pairing, my het puzzle pairing, that would be like the perfect fit for him. I'd be psyched
Yeah.
to see Will get that.
Right. Oh, these glasses are bugging my eyes out tonight. I have less headaches when I wear them,
All
but
right,
they
see, that's
bug my
smart.
eyes.
That's something smart too. Is like whenever it's somebody to do, like if it's a random, I can always just switch up the prize and be like, "You want a swag pack?" Like. But I don't know. That just seems shady. I don't want to be shady about it. I want to be straight up. I just want to. It's difficult to figure out. Maybe I can't have it random. Maybe I have to put certain names in, and just be like, all right, there's 20 people here.
For the swag packs and stuff like that aren't so good, it should be like, your subscriber wide, but like
That's true.
the snakes and stuff.
That's true. My ball pythons will absolutely eat that.
Your snakes and
no
stuff
junk
just make it
food.
regular.
That's funny. Oh man.
That's mice in my opinion. Junk
That's
food for
what
the snakes.
Tamara was talking about, the mouse, me feeding a mouse to the bow, and if he doesn't eat it, then feed it to the balls. And Tamara said, no junk food for the balls.
Well, yeah, give it to one of your
You
females
only
that,
one
that
put
just like to eat.
regular in one spin, and everyone in the. Ooh, see, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. I was like, well, I guess the more like the higher tier giveaway stuff that I'm gonna be doing, yeah, definitely put like the regulars, and then have swag pack stuff. Absolutely, good idea, Will.
I do believe I just said that.
What?
That our regulars get the snakes and stuff, and then subscriber wides for swag packs.
Well, I mean that does help in multiple ways because for one, people that do watch us get to actually benefit from it, and the people that aren't really watching kind of gives them a reason to watch. So yeah.
I think what we should simply do is just like give a code word out, on the show for 4 weeks in a row, and then the people that have the code word 4 times are the only ones that's entered.
I mean, because here's the reality of it. We know who is coming in and who is not. Like we watch the chats every week. We know who's in here. We appreciate you guys for coming in, by the way. All you guys are the best.
Yeah, we want to appreciate you guys, not just some Joe Schmo that wants to win a snake.
Exactly. And I know that, like, obviously the idea is to get as many people in there as possible. That's why you do the giveaway for publicity. But at the same time, I just, it's a weird crossroad where I do think that Will is onto it right there with giving the best ones to specific, like, group of people. Because, I mean, and that's the thing is everybody that's in here will obviously know come time of the giveaway that it's like, oh, I know I'm entered into this one. Other people may not. I'm still probably going to do a giveaway for a random person with a snake, but I'll probably do like a het clown, something like that for that one. I mean, I'm probably not going to be giving away a puzzle. I might.
No.
You never know. If I get crazy odds, well, I'm not giving away to some random, but
if you get crazy odds with that, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that'd be nuts.
That's cool, Will. We appreciate it. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I'm pretty hyped about our first pairings. I mean, you've now gotten what, 3 or 4 pairings going?
4.
There you go. You got 4 pairings going. So
this
cool.
last one just excited me. Like, I'm serious. Like, their tails were like locked like this up in the air, and Walter was like pulsating up. I was like, "Give it to her, dude! God, yeah, yeah, give it to her." He was pulsating, dude. I was like, "Get in there, go, go!" Shut the door.
Well, the babies from my puzzle clutch will be 66% het puzzle.
Yeah, that'll be 66.
The codoms that are at play there can be Enchi on the mom and the dad, so it could end up being super Enchi. And then we got Pastel, Yellow Belly, and Orange Dream. Pastel and Orange Dream in the father, Yellow Belly in the mother. So I'm hoping to not get any normals, no matter what. That's what I'm really pushing for is no normals, and then I'll have a bunch of 66% het puzzles. Hopefully visual. If I get 1 visual puzzle, I'll be so stoked. But if I don't, I understand, man. That's the name. That's the name of the game. We all play that. Unless that girl doesn't prove out, then it's 50%. That's why I'm really
shooting for a visual puzzle that has no codoms in it. You'd be happy.
Which I think that actually brings up a good point because those babies, if I don't get a visual puzzle out of those 2, then I will probably claim the babies to be 50% het puzzle until I can make a visual puzzle out of that female.
So you can prove it out?
Yeah, because I don't want to mess up and like give somebody the wrong genes or anything. So I'll always go downward on it and be like, hey man, it's a possible. It's not, it's nothing crazy.
Right.
But if I do make a visual puzzle, ooh, I'm gonna be psyched. I'm gonna be so psyched. I
Like
don't
if
even
I
care if
hit,
it's just like I got a lot of codowns in play, and if I get just a visual puzzle, I'll still be so thrilled about it. If I only get one, yeah, no, if I only get one, I still want it to be, well, I don't care, male or female. Yeah, exactly, because not much difference. 50, 66 are basically the same. Yeah, it's both where you're like, it could be het, I don't know, kind of thing.
could not be.
You know, I mean, I guess it does make a difference on the price tag, though. So I'm gonna always try to go on the low side of it, just because I don't want to screw anybody over, man.
Right? I'm not here to screw anyone over. That's for sure.
Right, right. But it would be so sick if like I actually got a crazy puzzle combo first try.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. You know, I mean,
That's why I mean,
I'd be
hey,
happy hitting a super gravel that proved out het clown and het ultramail. That would just be
right.
like awesome. Like if
Well,
I hit any snake, would be the super gravel that would prove out to be clown and ultramail. That would be what I want to hit.
yeah, but it's a berm, bro.
Yeah, like they eat all the time.
Ooh, Western hognose, sweet. I love those.
See,
Those are
I
awesome.
think I want to get into them too, Tammy. I'm glad to know someone that's breeding them. Yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
their paw set. Their paw set.
Right, right. I mean, in the end, so that brings me back to why I decided, like, for sure that I wanted to go piebald to piebald first year. Just because I was like, when I first started collecting snakes, I was like, man, I gotta make something I can see. I don't, what if I don't know what genes are in there and this and that? I mean, obviously, as we grow, we're continuing to get better at identifying, and we have an awesome support system out in the chat with everybody. Like, whenever I come to egg cutting, everyone's gonna help me figure out what the heck I got cut. But when I started, I was like, oh, piebald to piebald. So no matter what, I know with T'Challa and Roxanne, we're getting piebald babies. 50% of them will be het for Xanthic. I'm probably not even going to mention that, though. I'm just going to sell them as piebalds. Like, I'm not going to bring a price up for a 50% het. That doesn't make sense to me,
Yeah.
But still, I'll probably list it like that, but I'm still just going to charge the same as a regular piebald.
Proving out that blade that I have to be a triple hat's going to be cool too. If I do that this year.
However, piebald is one of those genes that if I get, like, for example, how Roxanne has all those smiley faces on her, if I get one with a bunch of smiley faces on it, I'm not going to ask the same as one without them. Because I personally paid more for one with smiley faces because I like them,
So you're saying a pied with a smiley face is worth more than a pied, or worth less than a pied with two smiley faces?
Yes. In my mind, yes.
And then if it has three, is it priceless?
Not priceless, but it goes up again.
All right.
I mean, dude, if you had one that was just lined with like 10 perfect smiley faces,
that would be $50,000 snake.
I mean, maybe
if they was all
probably
the
not,
same,
but in my mind,
if they was all the same, I mean, genetically it probably isn't, but aesthetically and how it looks.
Tammy, look,
I can't
Camera
hold it no
wants a
more.
hog nose. That gives me the green light.
You got a green light too?
Yeah. Lavender, caramel, Evans hypo, and Conda. Okay, so Tammy, I know nothing of hognose combos. All of those sound pretty awesome, except for caramel, because caramel in Ball Python world is like, so. But I don't know. Is that good? It seems good. Looks good. See, that's the thing is if you're not actually breeding them, oh, 25 bucks per emoji, maybe. Very well possible. It depends on how many you want. If it's like 6, it's more than 25 bucks. Caramel reduces head stamps. Okay. Okay. What color patterns are they going to be? Because I know, different genes do affect colors differently and so on. Luke, what up, Dieter?
What's up, Luke? So what do you want to hit out of your 3 clutches this year, James?
Oh boy. Well, obviously, I would love to have all gene on the puzzle. That would be just mind blowing. But honestly, I think that to me, it's so crazy that I'm already like expecting it to not go well.
Right.
So one that I'm like expecting kind of like that I'm really hoping is really going to come out is possibly an all gene on the clown pairing. Because I have Mrs. Buttersworth, who is a pastel Enchi leopard butter het clown, going to Monty, who is a spot nose clown. So visual to het.
5
Half the baby
clown
should
clown.
be a clown. So I'm really just hoping to get like, I don't know, it'd be a pretty crazy version of Mrs. Buttersworth with spot nose and clown.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty sick.
So out of my pieds, I want to hit the black pastel so I can put it back to the black het pied. And then, of course, out of the 2 het clown clutches, like I'd rather have a yellow belly than a highway clown, to be honest with you. Because a highway clown, if you breed it out, you're making gravel and yellow belly. You don't know what's what. So I'd rather have a yellow belly clown out of that than a highway. And then the gravel or the spot nose gravel would be cool.
See, on that pairing, I could do with or without the butter. If I get, basically what I want is a female spot nose clown to be able to put to my orange dream, red stripe, yellow belly later. I'm working on kind of a Pompeii type of thing.
Female Enchi Batman or something like that.
However, if it does end up like having Enchi and butter in it, even without the pastel, like I'm kind of working towards a butter Pompeii then. And I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing because, well, I've never seen it. Might be cool, might be super ugly. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that, butter and lesser, whenever they're born, look really good.
Dude, my Ultramel is up to almost 900 grams, and she don't even look it. Like, she don't look much bigger than the day that I got her at 400 grams. I mean, she's solid, though. She's
Okay,
long
so my
and solid.
Xanthic finally started browning out bad. I was like, oh no, I don't know if you've seen that last video, but she was pretty brown.
No, I didn't. I hit a shade button to make my Xanthic look better in the last video.
You cheater. Look, Ken's cheating. He's putting filters on.
Yeah. I mean, I got an Xanthic that's het lab, and the het lab causes the brown to even come out more. So, I mean, it looks like a weird normal.
So, Ken, are you planning on driving out to meet us for next Tuesday? We could possibly be doing this side by side instead of through the cameras.
Oh, all right, let me think. Possible. It's possible.
What's the date next Tuesday?
The
27th?
I think so. Yeah, the 27th.
Picking up a banana cinnamon spider tomorrow, but with the lesser fire. Gotta make some crazy stuff there, huh?
Crazy stuff.
Morbid, you got to get them recessives mixed in, man. You got to get at least some hets going.
We'll get you somebody.
It's future-proofing your collection.
That's what I see. Everything going recessive. Like I'm heading that way.
Well, I see the ones that are going to maintain the most value being recessives, and that's just because it's harder to make, and especially double, triple, and quadruple recessives. Those will be able to maintain value for a very long time.
Yeah. That's why I've proven that blade to be triple het, because she's 100% het clown and pied in 66 lab. So my lab was ready. I put her to him because it's the only thing that I had that was ready. It made sense.
And that's kind of something that's a little weird to talk or think about. Is the differences? Hold on, let me do this. 100% het cloud spring visual clown here now. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. There you go. So there's a big difference to me. Well, not a big difference, but there is a difference to me in like the genes that I want in a snake to the look that I want in a snake. Because if we're just going by genes, we can throw out a million different genes that are all awesome.
Right.
But if you're going for, like, if you can imagine a specific snake, a specific color pattern, shade, all of that stuff together and actually make that snake, that's when you're really, like, I don't know, I feel like that's whenever you become the artist in the idea of it. Right. More than just throwing some random things together that, don't really work well.
You're big on that Pompeii.
Double het albino clown babies coming next month. Ooh, albino clowns. I like that. See, I have a spot nose clown female. I don't really have anything to go to her. I've been thinking about different things, but I don't know. I might buy something to go to her.
You said clown. It was an albino.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I have a spot nose albino.
Yeah, he has a spot nose clown male, but not.
Yeah, I do have a spot nose clown male, but the female I was talking about is a spot nose albino, and I don't really have anything to go to her. I could put her with the spot nose, but power balls, I don't know, man. I don't want to make no snakes with some issues, like health issues. So I'm gonna probably stay away from that. I don't know. I might buy a visual that's het for albino, toffee, or candy. Because, all of those albino, toffee, candy, they're all allelic to each other. You can make a toffee, candy, all that stuff.
You can get like a clown head albino for pretty cheap now.
The mail just sent to me.
Hey, Luke, when I get to that, because or not Luke, but Will, when I get to Powerball clutches, I'll probably be getting a hold of you because I guarantee I'm going to be trying some Powerball clutches.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's not that I don't eventually want to, but dude, I gotta get some clutches under my belt, man. I gotta at least know what I'm doing a little more than what I do,
Right. I get it. You got to learn your equipment more than anything.
Yeah, and she's probably not even going to be ready. Right, and she's probably not even going to be ready until at least next year, if not the year after. She's still pretty small.
So that Chris guy that I talked to, that I get my rats from, he said that's the biggest part of it. Knowing your equipment.
It might be like, because if I get a Toffino to my albino spot nose, nothing comes out. It'll all come out Toffino or albino. Nothing will come out normal. Logan, what up, dude?
What's up, Logan?
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Yep.
So, other reptiles that you want that you don't have yet, that you got to find a spot and all that stuff. But what are the reptiles you really want?
I'm gonna get into hognose sooner or later for sure. Like they're coming. Chris
Yeah.
that I get the rats off of, he also does hognose, and it's that's going to be the next one. Like after I get this ball python thing built into the room and stuff, I don't know. Might have a room dedicated for hognose too before it's said and done.
Right. Hey, hognose are pretty sweet, man. I'm not gonna lie. Those are really
I like
cool
their
looking.
bellies.
They're really cute, you know, like I don't
I
know.
like their bellies.
And
Their
then
bellies are all
they're
black.
technically venomous, so I mean that's cool, you know, although
Yeah,
it's
like
like
you could say I raise venomous snakes, and
but it's like the least like scary venomous snake of all
yeah,
time. But I mean that's kind of cool. Um I would say the one that I'm really trying to go for is going to be a chameleon, but I don't want to get a chameleon until I get a real bomb setup for it. You know, like I
yeah,
want to
like
make
one
sure
of
that
them.
chameleon lives a good life. So,
Yeah, like get one of those in fire boxes or whatever,
yeah. Well, you know, we're going to end up
or
building it.
build one. I
Yeah.
mean, like
I was like, you already know, I'm not going to spend that kind of money on that stuff. Guys, if you don't build stuff, start trying. Worst case scenario, it don't work and you got to do it again. I
I
mean,
could build anything. I mean,
I cannot. I am not super handy. I mean, I can build some stuff, but
dude, you're doing all right. What are you talking about? Look at that stuff you made. I mean, you're
yeah,
not just making a box. Don't get me wrong. Don't give yourself too much credit. There's no angles or nothing on it,
right,
but
right.
it's just a box with some hinges.
I
But
mean,
you did good. It looks square.
it is square. It is square. I cut a straight line, you know, like, but
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like anything that had so much like moving parts or anything like that. So it wasn't like super hard to do. But I would say I was most worried about the acrylic, and honestly, it was really easy. I mean, drill the holes, you know, like if you're gonna put some screws through it, make sure you drill holes through the acrylic instead of you know, trying to screw in, you'll
Yeah,
end up
just
cracking it.
pre-drill everything. When you're working with wood like that, you should pre-drill anyways. Like any kind of finished wood, pre-drill. Unless you're tacking it. You got a tack gun, like a
No,
Brad
dude,
Mailer.
I must not be getting like feed from Will or something on his channel. Which sometimes they be taking stuff out. I don't know. YouTube's been
Yeah,
messing with me lately.
it's hard. Once you start subscribing to all these people, like you could turn them all on, but you don't get notified for them all.
Pile of
Yeah.
holes. Yeah. See, that's why I said I'm not much of a builder, but
You
I'm making it work. You know,
could
I'm
look
doing it.
professional by countersinking the heads, using a bigger bit,
Yeah.
drilling out a little bit and countersinking the heads of the screw. That's what a professional would do. Maybe even sinking it enough to put them little, little nubs in there.
Well, I mean, a professional would also go and buy new wood. I used a bunch of crap I had laying around.
Right. Right.
So, you
Well, I
know,
guess if it was crap, then you shouldn't try to make it look professional, right? Right.
I did the best I could.
I'm just trying to give you some handy tips to make you look better. And you're like, nah, it was
Nah,
crap. It was
it's all
crap. So
good.
I'm going to let it look like crap.
Dude, because I know the difference. That's why. Because a lot of people try to build some stuff and they think that it's so good. And I'm like, nah, man, you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you know, if I can build it, you probably shouldn't be. You know, like if I can do what you just did, like, I don't know.
I don't know, but I also have a background in carpentry. So, I mean, I should know how to do what I do.
I'm like, don't make me start dogging your racks over here. I'm gonna go hard on you.
You know what? Go ahead and I'll defend it in every way I can because it was cheap and it's effective and it's
I
working
know,
very
but
well.
hey, for having so much carpentry background and all this other stuff, man, you took the easy route.
Yeah, I thought about the most cost effective route to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want
He
to
sure
spend a
did,
bunch of money on
everybody.
racks. I wanted to spend a bunch of money on snakes. So I had the chintz, and it works very well.
Okay, yeah. So I do got to kind of go back in time on that one because Ken called me kind of losing his mind because he bought more snakes than he had homes for. And I was like, dude, just build a rack. And he's
And I
like,
did.
no, I can't. So I bought one of my racks and then I like took the video camera in there and was like going all through the rack to show him how it worked. And then he's like, okay, I can build one. And then that's, yeah. But at first he was like, nah.
I had them in these tanks and little plastic totes, like sitting around the room. And
Later, Stan, we appreciate you stopping by.
See you, Stan. I knew I could do better, and I did. I did really good for them.
Yeah, I mean, and the main thing is like, in my mind, the looks aren't nearly as important as
The
I
functioning.
appreciate that, Stan.
Hell yeah.
But in my mind, the looks aren't nearly as important as it is to try to provide as good of an enclosure as I can.
Now, why do I think mine is better than even most of these ones you buy? Like, because I have a dummy tub on the bottom that like measures my temperature, and that what controls the temperature throughout everything. You know,
the
so
reason I don't like yours is because yours aren't enclosed on three sides, and they should be. It'll hold
yes,
in
they are.
your.
Yes, it is. I
It is
enclosed it
now?
on the other side.
It wasn't
I put
before.
insulation. Yeah, well,
Oh,
I
okay.
put insulation in there now. Now it
All
is.
right, that's good. That's good.
Now it
Because I
is.
was
In the
like, man, you
summertime,
need
I
that
take
three
that
sides of
out.
coverage.
In the summertime, I take that out so they can get more airflow. But in the winter, I insulate it so it insulates it. Don't get the cold.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
that
just
makes
use a half-inch foam board for insulation.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's what I'm gonna end up doing to this whole place and like putting all the
Yep.
insulation up and then the egg crate foam for the sound deadening and try to put some cool stuff. It'll look good. Obviously, Christmas time around, kids, all that good stuff. We're not trying to do too much right now, but after Christmas we'll get back to it.
Yeah, like after Christmas, my saga continues. I had to back off for 2 months, and it's like I'm itching. I'm
Right.
glad I won. I'm glad I won that snake from Celtic because it gave me something to look forward to. I guess
Yeah.
a spider, but I'm just like I got another snake.
No, yeah, that's cool, dude. You got another snake coming, and it was
Yeah,
free. And, all right, so big shout out to Celtic Balls
yeah, they even
for
pay for the shipping.
doing
They're
the
even
free
paying shipping
shipping.
and stuff.
I
Yeah.
mean, for real, doing a giveaway and the free shipping, that's crazy. I did the free shipping too, and I felt mad because I never heard from that guy again. But like, so that's
Yeah,
a real stand up thing that they're doing to do the free shipping with it.
I was very much pleased. I mean, I wanted the Phantom Het Clown, of course. Like that would have worked better, but oh well. I mean, I got a pastel spider Het Clown, possible Het genetic strike, possible Het hypo.
So I've been pretty silent about the whole thing. I really wish you would have gotten that Phantom too, because like our collections are kind of intermingled, and I was like, ooh, Phantom, but nah.
That's what I wanted, but
sorry.
Well,
hey, I knew sooner or later we were gonna end up with a spider. I knew it was coming.
You know what? Like, I just hope it proves out genetic straight. Like, that would be awesome. Like, sweet. If it's Het Clown, Het genetic straight.
Yeah.
I want to buy a genetic straight female just to see if it is. I mean, like.
Absolutely.
But then it's just like, well, no, I want to buy freaking a little bit better one. I don't want to just buy genetic straight to pull it out, to prove it out. So I don't know which way I'm going there. I don't know if I'm going to put some money into the project or just, buy genetic straight female just to see if it proves out. I don't know. We'll see.
Here's a good question. Whenever you are watching videos, whenever you see people with just specifically ball pythons or people with multiple reptiles, which one are you more drawn to watching their channel?
Me right now, for a specific reason, ball pythons, because I don't want to get my attention anywhere else.
Got you. Got you.
Like, I want to concentrate on this until I like have this down to a science to where I didn't even got to think about it. It's just getting done, and then I'll add more.
See,
So
I'm kind of the
I'm not
opposite.
really looking right now.
I'm kind of the opposite. I love to see new
Crazy.
morphs. I love to see new combos coming out, and I definitely like to support everybody around, doing all the awesome things that they're doing. The
Hey,
only thing
John.
is that I do like to see, like new stuff as far as different animals, and like I don't know, surprise me.
I
Show me
just find
something
it
I've
hard
never
to.
seen.
I just find it hard to get it to get my attention if I'm not doing it. You know what I
What
mean? Like with
like
bearded
everything
dragons and
that's
stuff, they're
fancy.
cute. Yeah, they're awesome. But I just find it hard to get into because I don't have them.
All right, so bugs, I'm not a fan of in general.
I
Centipedes,
don't think I would
millipedes,
ever get
spiders.
bugs.
I mean, spiders are arachnids. I get it. Creepy crawlies. No thanks, man. I'm just not about it.
No bugs for me. No bugs.
Um, Mainly because
I don't like bugs.
things do escape, especially whenever you have to keep like hundreds of them at a time and stuff like that. So, yeah, nah,
I don't like bugs. No
I'm
bugs.
good.
No bugs.
Right.
No.
However, there is some really oh, see, there you go. That okay, well, isopods, yeah, springtails and tenties, roaches and mealworms. See, roaches, no thanks. Mealworms, all right. Ew.
See, if I had like Dubai roaches, I would be the idiot eating them, like just to entertain people. Like just.
I know they're not the bad roaches, bro, but I don't like roaches. Like I know they're not the German roaches. I get it, but it's still roaches in general. I'm just like, nah, man.
Yeah, I keep roaches. I mean,
Y'all done and got the same name. You messed up. I'm not getting you on purpose.
and you could keep them, Tammy.
Right. Um. But yeah, dude, I was thinking like eventually I'm going chameleon. Oh, dude. All right. So if you could take one characteristic, well, if you could get some characteristics of a reptile, what would they be? Any reptile.
Be able to breathe underwater.
Reptiles can't breathe underwater.
Well, hold their breath underwater for extremely long periods of times, and like
Yeah, I got you.
if they could stay underwater for like a half hour. You know what I mean? If I could stay underwater for a half hour, I can never drown, basically.
Oh, really? You can dang. I don't know. Tamara ain't gonna let me keep no roaches. She ain't gonna let me
Roaches,
keep
you
no
can make some money off of. Like I was seeing at that small reptile show I went off of, they was selling a lot of roaches for feed.
Yeah,
Like
I've seen
for
that.
beardies
And
and stuff.
roaches, yeah. I have seen that a lot of people are talking about dubia roaches all over the place.
Yeah. They're in need to feed all these.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna fly.
It got a F no. It didn't even get a no, Shane. It got a F no.
Yeah.
But one of the questions that I was going to ask TNT before he got off is like, what is one of your project's end goals? Like you got your puzzle project, where do you want to take it and where are you ending it? Like it don't have to be that one, but I'm just saying.
So I have this thing to where if I look at all the genes that I have, I can pretty much end up putting all of them together and never end up making a snake I don't want.
Right.
So yeah, maybe. I mean, except for pied, I'd probably go like maybe a Xanthic Puzzle Clown Desert Ghost with freaking acid and red stripe. You know, like I could really make it crazy.
So something that hasn't you're shooting for something that hasn't been made yet, basically.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing, right? Like,
yeah. I mean,
the
there's things I could hit that hasn't been made. Yeah.
I mean, all I can say is if I were to paint a really close version, or even if I was to paint the Mona Lisa,
mm-hmm.
it's still never going to be worth what the Mona Lisa is worth.
Right.
You know? But there's new artists out that are making crazy money off of their stuff already. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
One of mine's a Grail Batman. A Bat Grail.
See, all right. So, Sunset. It's all right. It's all right. Sunset's all right.
It's just too much right now. I mean,
I just don't think I don't think the Sunset project has hit its stride yet, to where there's something that's just, you know, bam, like a banger that's going to get everybody going crazy about it. I think that it's out there. I think it's coming. I think it had a big bang, a big splash in the hobby when it came out, and it's starting to fall off. But I think when a good combo gets created, it's going to be right back up there. So
yeah, there's something that sparks that up. I agree.
Huh.
Yep, I could tell we're getting a little over an hour and a half. I'm starting to get stiff.
The Beardy and the roaches are hers. Okay, so I try to do that kind of stuff too with Tamara. I'll be like, nah, that's yours. That's yours. Guess who ends up in the end cleaning it? Still me.
Yep.
Doesn't matter whose animal it is. I'm the one cleaning up after it. The only one she cleans up after is the dog, and she's got a losing battle with Elvis. So
Elvis.
yeah,
no, Elvis.
That dude
I
is
love
crazy.
that dog, and I never even met him.
He's a little monster, man. The other day, oh man, it was disgusting. This dog is maybe like 15, 20 pounds. He's not a big dog. He brings me all types of dead animals, and it's disgusting.
It's his trophies. He's bringing you trophies.
Oh yes, that she does. She does do Tamara does the fish and axolotls for the most part. Yeah. I kind of passed that one off onto her. I was like, all right, you got this.
You got this, hon. Yeah. You got it.
Well, actually, I take that back. It was more of me trying to do stuff and her being like, get the hell out of the way. And like, you know, like, so, but I'm like that with all the other stuff. As soon as she's out here, I'm like, look, we're either doing it my way or I'll do it by myself. It's all good. I don't, you know. Yeah. We're trying to get to the same goal, but we never start off the same way. Like, for example, every time Tamara and I go to clean snake tubs, she's trying to get it done as fast as she can. And I'm over here like, I don't care if it takes me 2 or 3 days to do them all. I'm trying to handle these snakes. I'm trying to chill. Like, it's not really that big of a rush to me as far as like trying to get them all done. Because to me, it's just a record anyways. I just keep on repeating the same cycle. But I don't get to handle my snakes a whole lot. So that's why whenever I'm cleaning them, I try to pull them out, handle them, try to keep my relationship with the snakes.
I was doing them all in one day, but I kept myself, wanting to mess with them and, calm them down so they're used to me and stuff. So I break it down. I do it in 3 different days now.
See, and that's usually what I do too. I'm usually, she's like, let's go. But honestly, it's like I'll plan on it. I'll be like, all right, I'm doing these 4 or 5 tubs today, or these 6 tubs today, and then I'll do more. But
Right.
yeah, it bothers her, so she don't do it with me no more.
I would do anything to have some help. Like my kids, they don't want to like the only thing they want to be part of is when I start cutting eggs. You all get to know my kids very well because I already got I've already had to promise that I'm going to call them when I'm cutting eggs. Like, that's funny.
What are those, Ledka? Snows, moon glows, sun glows, jung glows, etc. Huh? Did I miss something?
I don't know. I'm taking it as Letka's like saying a joke.
No. I think it's a gene combo. Or it has something to do with
Boas.
Tammy Beta.
Boas.
Ah. Thanks, Will. Dude, boas are awesome.
They're just too big. I just don't want to mess with boas until I'm around someone that'll help me.
Well, it depends on the boa, bro. I mean, nothing to do with the beta. Yeah, sorry. I gotcha. Dude. So a rat escaped the other day in this room.
Yeah, you're always bitching at me about that. So yeah, One got out on
that
you.
little sucker. I just seen him and I was like, oh dang, do I go for him?
Why not dive on that thing?
I was so going to, but I was like, I don't have a clean path. Path.
Yeah, like don't waste a trip if you don't have a clean path. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I could probably lure that guy out.
Dude, set a bucket in there, like a 5-gallon bucket, and put some crackers in the bottom. It'll jump in the bucket to get the crackers, and it won't be able to get out. Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me that trick, Will.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to know how he does that.
Well, that's why I wasn't trying to chase it, because I was hoping it would come to me, but I bought it from Aaron and Brandy, so it's not mine, which is really bad.
Get the salt gun after it. Maybe you could stun it.
Dude, I was going to, but I was like, nah, man, I don't want to be cruel.
You're salting the rat up for one of your snakes. We're gonna see Shane here in a second come running across the room because it's gonna like jump out at him.
Right? It's gonna bite me in the face.
It's coming right for you.
Bro, I'm legit.
Dude, that one that got out on me, I was sitting there at the bed, like, woke up in the middle of the night to pee. My feet was on the ground. That little motherfucker ran across my feet at 3 o'clock in the morning, half asleep. I jumped a little. I will say, I jumped. It's things like that that need to be recorded, though.
I don't know, man. He's a slippery one.
Yeah, right, Will. They're pets right up to the time you feed them. Because you got to treat them good, too.
Yeah. That's absolutely a good point, because
healthy rats create healthy snakes.
Come on, little buddy, come to me. Will, what noise do you make when you call them?
Do you use a scent? Do you have like a peanut butter scent or something you put on? Maybe try some vanilla, Shane. It works for snakes to maybe it'll work for rats to come to you.
I'm gonna just do one of them live traps.
Yeah, I mean humane traps or whatever. Yeah. That'll work.
You know, the one with the gate that like flops down and then it's stuck in a box.
Stuck in a box. Would you want to be stuck in a box? But you're not a feeder rat.
These are so gentle, they don't even fight for their lives. Oh man.
Wow.
I use a weird clicking noise. All right, hold up. Let me check.
Only you, John.
No, I agree. I'd be making that noise too.
Well, only you two then. I wouldn't think of clucking. Maybe a, I don't know, a squeaking noise. Squeak. That sounds like a little rough on them, you know.
That's yeah, they're mad about that noise. They didn't like that. It ran away.
Dude, I tell you what, like, have you ever heard a rat scream? They scream.
That's crazy.
Like, I one of the first live rats that I gave Sparky in a long time, and Sparky's that aggressive pie that I have. He's kind of chilled down now that he's got some, but I gave him a live about 3 weeks ago, and I swear to God, as soon as I shut that tub, that rat was like, ah! It screamed. And then
I do have to say, absolutely, the rats are definitely much louder. It's pretty visceral whenever you're.
Yeah, ASFs don't make a noise at all. Yep, quick sound and it was over. But this one, there was a scream, and then there was a thump, and then there was another scream right after the thump.
Ew, it might not have gotten a good bite.
No, it was like the rat seen the snake, the rat screamed, and then the snake got it. And then it like screamed because it was duck shit then, or yelped because it was dead. It was funny though. I was like, Sparky, why do you gotta be
having to give a little bit of tongue help? You know, like whenever they go to bite, like I don't let my snakes get bit. So like,
yeah, well, I open it up. I open it up and look and see if they have it right. But like, I mean, I've had to hold a head down once, but usually they have it right by their snout. Like they grab their nose and their mouth, and
I mean, mine are pretty good at grabbing like right at the back of the neck and just like manhandling that thing. But sometimes some of the smaller ones, they'll get it like by their cheeks. So I'm like, I gotta yank the face away and make sure it ain't biting the snake, you know. And then also sometimes like their claws will be trying to scratch on the snake's belly, and I'm like, I didn't let my snake get all cut up.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to that ultramale. It just got scraped when it was wrapped up.
Well, and that actually brings me up to another point on feeding smaller than you would normally. The smaller you feed, the less chances you have of the snake getting hurt.
Yeah, so if you feed it twice a week with small rats, that would make sense. Like if you're just feeding it pups and it's like 1,000 grams, instead of feeding it once a week, a small rat, feed it 2 pups that are equal to that small.
Right.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Hoping that dang rat would pop out.
I wouldn't have a problem doing that.
Rabbits have way sharper claws.
I bet a rabbit could pretty much mess up one if they.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll put it to you this way: I don't know that I would ever feed a ball python a rabbit. They're just not. I mean, even a baby rabbit, like they're just not that tough, you know.
I mean, you get these bigger ones, these full-grown females, they can handle it, but why do it? You don't need to.
See, and that's gonna be cool too, man. I'm not against actually getting some bigger snakes because I do like rabbits. So making some rabbits, that's all right with me.
I mean, like if my ball pythons get big enough and I could breed them rabbits and like feed them a rabbit a month, like just a little baby rabbit, like I'd
Nah,
probably do it.
nah, because uh, yeah, 4,000 gram ball still couldn't eat a small rabbit. I agree. I agree. Rabbits are just, dude, they're so muscular, so strong. They have such sharp claws, such big teeth, like, and they're fast. I mean, yeah, I would, that's probably, I don't think I'll ever feed a ball python any type of rabbit,
I don't
even
know
like
if
a newborn.
if I'd get a reticulated or a berm, I'd want to try to get it on frozen thawed rabbits.
I mean, a retic or a berm, absolutely. You're going rabbits, maybe some little piggies, like
Try to get
those are
frozen
when you
thawed
get
ones.
the crazy different foods that you can feed the animals are when the snakes get so big that you can start feeding them crazy stuff.
Go to the butcher and get a small piglet.
Yeah. I would
No,
like
this is
a
my
snake
snake.
once I get enough snakes to like say I have, I don't know, 100 breeding animals.
Right.
So making about 50 pairings a year, I'm gonna end up getting some snakes that eat other snakes, mainly for if I get some stillborns
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
that way nothing gets wasted. Because I'm all about like not trying to waste it.
You could get I think your tegu will eat the slug eggs from a ball python.
I don't know. I know my tegu does love eggs, but they're chicken eggs. They're
Yeah,
not
but
reptile eggs. I
I
know
think
that tegu will also eat a rat, but it is a very violent and messy affair.
I bet.
It doesn't
Because it's
have
gotta
like
kill
teeth
it.
like
It's
to
gotta hunt
chomp
it
on
down
it
and
and
kill it.
kill it. Huh?
It's gotta hop on it and like bite it, kill it, bite it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, because it don't have teeth like to chomp it, and like its jaws and stuff aren't to like chomp it and chew it up. It grabs it and shakes it like a dog and just like shreds it.
yeah.
I
It's
watched I
probably
watched a
enough.
video earlier today of somebody feeding their tegu a live rat. I was like, dang man, that was tough to watch. I don't want to do that.
I'd have to go buy the rat that I feed a tegu.
Yeah. See, Morbid's already stacking up for his big old berm. He's like,
Yep.
that's why I got them pigs.
Yeah. I'd like to see that one day, like live. Come out and watch a feeding. That'd be cool.
Well, I mean, if you just look at their overall build, the rabbit's naturally athletic and a pig is pretty not.
Hey, what's up, Paul?
So, dude, uh,
I bet. Yeah, I imagine Letka. We're going on 2 hours. Shame,
yeah,
2 hours. I'm jumping
live
off.
feeding rabbits super risky. I agree. The more and man, I wonder if one day people are actually going to be doing something other than actual rats or ASFs to feed their reptiles. Some sort of
Like block or something you give them.
yeah, something that's like shaped like a rat or something that's going to have all the same
And
nutrients or something. Um, ooh, yeah, yeah. It doesn't take long for a rabbit to mess up your animal. Absolutely.
right.
Um,
But
but
yeah, if you can
that's
make some
interesting to
kind
me to
of
see if eventually somebody is going to figure out how to make a natural based protein for them, basically. something that their bodies can digest and that they will still eat. Because it's not
I
just
don't.
things they can digest. It's also like, hey, will they eat it? You know?
I don't think they'll ever be able to make it. The only thing you could do is like make like a Jello mold, something. You know what I mean? Like I just I don't know.
I think it'll have to be furry. It'll have to be something with like keratin on it, you know.
Yeah, the keratin. You get keratin powder in it, but I mean, I
Yeah,
think
but
the
no, the
fur.
snakes are used to like fuzzy stuff. Like I feel
Yeah,
like it'd
but
have
the
to be
fur
something
would have
furry.
to be there.
Unless you did it through like, you know, maybe like a 20-year process of breeding, you know, snake to snake and feeding them this, and like all the babies are fed that right away and everything, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, if you feed the babies on it right away, and you can get the babies to eat that Jello block or whatever, maybe I
Exactly.
guess. I mean, if that's all they know,
I mean, because in all
possible.
honesty, uh, if we could do something like that to where they didn't have to actually eat other animals on the regular,
We'd be a
dude,
millionaire.
well, the snake community in general would explode in popularity, because one of the big things about it is that you're ending up having to feed a live animal to another live animal, or feeding an animal to another animal.
Yeah.
If you could somehow do it in a different way, I think that so many people would absolutely come over to the side of like, yeah, these things are awesome. Because it's no longer just about, I would say so much of ball pythons or snakes in general is so pushed around food. It's just, you know, everything is them eating, them striking, you know, it's like we could start
Yeah.
to see other aspects of the snake on a more popular scale if it weren't so much about the food all the time.
Right. I get it. Sausages for your snake.
Do they really? No. Hey, lead cut. Have you ever tried to feed one of your snakes that? And
No,
did it eat it?
no. I don't
Dude.
know. I mean, I know I do, but not like that. But no, I mean, I'm guessing.
Oh, that's awesome. Friends don't let friends feed reptilings.
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
I mean, I don't know that it would ever change what I'm doing. But I do think that it would bring another market to the ball python industry if it's easier to get them to eat other things other than animals. I'll still probably feed them the same, because in my mind, I'm doing a naturalistic diet. I understand it's not exactly what they eat in the wild, but if they could eat these in the wild, they would, you know?
Another thing that's come up that I've heard is the males, they're saying, are more prone to eat birds. Male ball pythons, because they're smaller and agile and they're up in the trees more
Well, I
than
don't think it's
females.
necessarily male or female. I think it's the locality of where they were brought from, because in that Dave Kaufman show, he was talking about that there's different localities, and the majority of the localities are from the more ground dwelling snakes. However, on the other side, you know, snakes are opportunistic. If it looks like a good opportunity for them to get a full belly, they'll take it.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know. That's what they was saying, that they think males are more prone to get stuck or eat birds because they would more be prone in the wild
right, right. That makes sense.
because they're not as fat, as females, and they can get up trees better. They're a little bit more agile.
I don't think it necessarily has to do with them being fat. And I also think that he brought in that same video, he brought up the point of they end up having like the raining season where the snakes kind of have no choice but to go up
But
in
to
the
go up.
trees. So when you do see them up there, it's usually not by choice. It's oh yeah, see, Paul's got it. Yeah, that's whenever they tend to go up in the trees. So I don't know. Hold up. Oh, hold on. It's not on there.
You can't see it because of that light.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Letka just sent me that.
Yeah, you're not getting a great picture of it, but yeah, it's hilarious watching a hog nose eat a sausage. Looks like a wiener. Well, it is a wiener, but that's awesome.
I think I've seen it all now. Wait, there's another one.
Ken was trying to figure out how to get himself off of solo.
That don't even look right.
Oh, hold on. I'm going solo again for you.
Look at that.
Ew, bro. All right, but hey, it's a thing. We can push that. Actually, like if people are all about against feeding live or feeding animals, be like, all right, take this pouch of animal guts.
I don't know, man. It's just like
it looks like it's got a dang rubber band on the end of it.
It's probably clasped somehow. He's giving me all kinds of photos.
All right, but I mean, so should we do that? No, I do not think we should feed those. However,
I'm back.
That does open a door for some people. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Look, there is a ball python.
Just choking one down, huh? Oh, yeah.
Choking one down is right. Look at it.
I would assume so. I mean, I would assume you would do the same thing as you would for a frozen thawed. You would get it a little bit warm, you know, warm it up and shank it. Get the smell going.
Did they have to start force feeding that though?
I don't know.
I'd like to see one strike at it. I want to see an actual video.
Dude, I was going to say, all right, so, yeah, pop it in the microwave.
Letka was the one providing those pictures, so.
So, all right, Letka, I want to get one of those to see if it actually works or not, but I know I'll lose a friend. Letka's not gonna be my friend anymore. He's gonna be like, nah, man, you're lame.
Yeah.
I know, it looks like it's an old school sausage.
Look at this one.
Oh my God, dude. Oh no, not me. Him.
Look at that.
That looks fake. Oh no, it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
They're literally just eating sausages. That's hilarious.
Look at this one.
I got an ex who would take sacks like that.
There's a poisonous snake taking one, or a venomous snake.
Yeah.
They're not too poisonous.
Dude, that's very interesting, though, because I mean,
Shane, I'm not letting you feed your snake sacks.
So. I'm not trying to feed them that, but I want to know if it does work and stuff, because there is quite a bit of people that have issues with feeding them something that looks like a mouse, and there's really not been a way around that, you know?
Yeah, so like if you're telling
feeding
people
it a sausage, that does seem better.
If you're telling people, you know, about your snakes, and they say, well, I don't like how you feed them, you can now say, well, hey, they make
Oh yeah,
sausages.
that's a good point. How expensive is it? Is it super expensive?
I don't know.
So
I'll look it up.
as far as I know, it shouldn't be negative to their digestive system because those are literally made for snakes, which is kind of weird. But yeah,
Make sausages.
that's interesting though to think about because there is a lot of people out there that just don't want to feed their snake a mouse, so they just don't get a snake. But if you could feed your snake sausages,
Sausages.
that's like your dog. You feed your dog everything, you know. That's interesting.
Sausages.
Unfortunately, that may be the way of the future. It depends on how expensive they are.
Dude, I'm seeing rattlesnake links. I don't think I do this.
Wasn't it like reptile links?
Reptilinks. There we go.
Hey Ken, I told you that I knew that hat wouldn't last too long. It got itchy, did it?
No, it just I don't know.
Oh, you done it Scrooged out already, huh?
Wasn't me. Bah humbug, bitch. Bah humbug.
I think the snake would still like to feel like it's in the wild and fight for its prey. Absolutely. And I mean, that's kind of why, so there's always the argument of frozen thawed versus live. Live is a little more risky to your snake, but it does mimic the wild more. They actually have to catch it and fight it.
So it's down to about $1 a link, under $1 a link, because for $38 you get 40 links, 8 to 12 gram, 40 links.
Oh, those are really small.
Yeah, 8 to 12 grams. I mean,
do they make bigger ones?
Yeah, they make 16 to 20. Like, yeah, well, the bigger ones, it goes down. Like,
yeah, give me a price on something that, like, all right, let me see real quick. Yeah, go like either 25 or 50. How much is that?
That's 36, but you get 10 links.
Oh, see, that's not that great, dude. That's like
$3. Yeah, that's not that good like when you're getting that big. So what? You get 10 feedings for $37. That's $3.70 a piece.
Yeah, which isn't horrible, but it's not great.
Horrible, but it's not great.
Right, it's not great. If it were $1 each, it would storm the market.
Well, like, I don't know. Let's start grinding up rats.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You got to get the balls started on it as a baby. Otherwise,
yeah, that's what we were saying. You would have to start it as a baby.
Yeah.
Let's just start getting rats and grinding them and put them in like sausages and selling them.
I'm not about that life, Ken.
Grind it up. I got a meat grinder right up there. I don't even use it. I can just...
Let me know how it goes.
That's there. Twist it off.
Yeah, what is in the ingredients? Is it just a rat ground up?
No, there was beef and stuff.
Oh.
There was all kinds of, like, hold on. There was different breeds. There was different kinds
their
for different
body,
breeds.
Their choice.
There's insects for bearded dragons. Mega blend with fruits and vegetables, and mega blend that's just all meat.
So yeah, it's dead animals ground up into a sack. I'll say it again.
All right, wait. Ingredients. Every prey type in one. Guinea, fowl, chicken, quail, includes whole bird and some feathers. Ohio-raised New Zealand white or California white-bred rabbits, bullfrog, and 100% natural collagen casing.
All right, so that's gross. But here's a good one. That would be funny if you were making a video of stuffing them rats, them tube rats. I bet they stopped complaining about you feeding live rats. That is
Well,
absolutely true.
I'd get them like frozen, thawed, killed, euthanized, sent to me. I wouldn't shove live rats in the fucking meat grinder. I mean, what kind of person do you think I am? No live rats, frozen thawed. Well, with a name like Morbid, he probably went to straight live throwing them in. He's got a morbid
feathers
sadistic.
and bullfrogs.
Yeah.
I was
feathers,
wondering about the bullfrogs too. I was like,
feathers and bullfrogs.
that was weird. That was a weird flex.
And a 100% natural collagen casing.
Yeah, except for the Chicago rats got freaking tattoos on their face and everything. They're way harder than our ball pythons.
I thought those were the New York ones.
They're the same rats. They come from the same hood.
All right. One just migrated. What question?
I don't know. I forgot by now. Things happen quickly.
Yeah, it happened too quickly, and I don't remember what happened a minute ago.
But all I can say is that's interesting for people that are real soft. Because, dude, in all reality, all right, people are soft, and they're getting softer. I am probably a pretty soft person myself. I don't like feeding my rats, mainly because I got a bunch of them and I hang out with them all the time. So I'm like, oh, man, you got to go, bro. I'm sorry.
I am way softer now than I was when I was younger. I'll say that.
I mean, I'm assuming that a lot of those different proteins in those reptilinks would benefit it, but I don't know that they would benefit it more than just eating a live African soft fur or a live Norwegian rat.
Chicken includes whole bird and some feathers. It don't say nothing about no added protein power or any kind of protein additive.
Well, I mean, the bullfrog is a protein, the beef is a protein. There's a bunch in there. It's just not additives.
I mean, they are very specific about where their rabbits came from because it says Ohio raised, New Zealand white, or California white bred rabbits. I mean, I think that's a little specific.
What?
Isn't that specific? A little specific to you?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't it just say New Zealand white rabbits? Why did it got to be Ohio raised? Ohio raised makes me not want to buy it. What good comes from Ohio? I mean,
that's a real good point, Morbid. And that actually brings me to why I don't even like feeding frozen thawed, because I don't know how those were treated. I know that whenever I feed them one of my crazy guys, they're crazy, but
yeah.
I raised them, and I took real good care of them, made sure they were clean their whole lives and had enrichment and everything, so that hopefully happy rats equals happy snakes,
Let's see what's in these other ones. We'll do the mega blend fruit and vegetables. Ingredients. Every type of one.
Right, plus shipping. Yeah, that'll equal $5.
Guinea fowl, chicken, quail, include some of the feathers, and the same Ohio raised New Zealand white and California white bed rabbits, frog. It don't say bullfrog, it just says frog in these ones. Organic green beans, collard greens, dandelion greens.
What if in the future people make
blueberries?
it so that you have to feed those reptilinks to freaking babies? So that, because nowadays you have to be able to give your snake either live or frozen thawed whenever you go to sell it, so that way they can choose what they want to feed it. What if you got to start doing it to where it will start eating reptilinks too?
What is endive?
Fruits and vegetables.
Well, this was the veggie one for like other ones, but there's an ingredient and I have no idea what it is. Endive, Endive. What is endive?
I don't know.
Uh, but that was the Mega Blend fruit and veggies.
Oh, dang it.
There's a Tegu hatchling bundle, the best
yeah.
Tegu food on the market, they say.
Dude, my Tegu loves eating worms, man. She hates eating vegetables. I dang near got a force of veggies down her throat.
You can mix 1 dozen quail eggs directly into the link for $4.80.
Cool.
Oh, but wait.
I definitely
Okay, so
hope that doesn't end up being like a real thing to where people are wanting their snakes to be able to be on reptilinks, because then that's going to be a pain in the butt for all those breeders. Because already ball python babies don't like to eat sometimes. So if we're trying to now have them eat live, frozen thawed, or reptilinks, that's going to be tough.
So the Tegu stuff that's like $82.99 is the same ingredients of the Mega Blend fruits and vegetables. Same exact thing. But I guess they charge you extra because they give you the right to put quail eggs in it.
Cool.
What if you don't get the quail eggs?
They don't even give you no dang quail eggs.
This one's got bugs and stuff in it. Where's the ingredients at for it?
I mean, snakes can absolutely get harmed by their food.
Yeah.
If the rat has some parasites in it, or there's quite a bit of things that can mess up your snake from a rat. And Morbid actually made a good point earlier. Those could be rats that were dead for 2 days sitting in the bottom of the tank, and then they ground them up.
Right.
We don't know how long those things were sitting there decaying before they started grinding them up. And then another thing is, are they frozen, or are they, sold as a basic meat product, because they could end up going bad like that too. I won't. Ledka said, I'll disown you if I find out you're feeding your snakes that shit.
Okay, an endive is a type of turnip.
All right, Will, we appreciate you for coming out, man.
Later,
Stuck
Will.
in here for a long time with us.
Yeah, well, I'm about ready to get off too. I got to get up in the morning. So I don't know what you're doing.
Every party needs a pooper. That's why they invited you, party pooper.
You be sleeping into like noon, 1 o'clock. Like I gotta be up at like 7.
Well, yeah, because I'm up to like 6 in the morning, and then I'm like, dang.
Yeah, right.
Oh man. So, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up then. Everybody, we're probably not going to be able to make a live stream for Christmas or anything. So this is our Christmas wishes to you and your family. Merry Christmas. I hope everything goes well and everybody gets all the best gifts. Nice. And,
nice.
Yeah, thanks for stopping out. I'm Shane from Hats and Tails. That's Ken from LMK Reptiles. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.